right, good afternoon, good morning, all that good stuff. We have part two. I've already read this. Pretty sure if you've even clicked on this, you know exactly what's going on already. It's been like wildfire everywhere. Some good news, some bad news. Um, yeah, part two to the update with the mid chapter coming in, which is tomorrow. This is a little summary. I did do a part one, so if you want to check that out, feel free to look at it. But let's just get into this now, right? Slinger. We don't have him on mobile, so it's really sad. But I do play console. I do know his pain, and they're essentially giving him a little nerf. Uh, kind of needed to a lot of people. To a lot of people and their opinion. To me, I feel like it's pretty justified. And the 1v1s, it's pretty painful. He can no longer just shoot until you have full aim down sights. So you can't no scope anymore. You can't just press fire and or like tap it for a millisecond and shoot it faster than anybody can do anything. So you have to be ADS and shoot. There's a delay now when you cancel the shot before a basic attack is even able to happen. Good. I don't know about amazing, but good. Putting him in line so a singer can't just cancel things so easier anymore. They have to actually learn that new timing, which again, like I said, anybody who learns them to that finite, you know, they will suffer now, even just a little bit. But it's really good and a little buff to him because you can't just nerf him to the ground now. Decreased movement speed penalty while aiming down the sights. So while you ADS, you actually have a bit of a faster movement now. So, oh, and also right here below, the last but not least, we've increased Slinger's tear radius to 32 meters. So before you run monitor and abuse from 24 meters to 16 meters, and his gun's projectile was up to 24 meters. So you were able to shoot people while you were able to creep up to them. He was a better stalking killer, basically, or a better hiding killer. So he was to a degree, a better Michael, a better Ghostface, and things of that matter. You know, um, that was kind of nutty if you think about it. Imagine if Huntress had that power. Yeah. So hopefully they'll add a lullaby to him because he is a range killer in that aspect. But this is still a nice tweak to 32 meters because now you have at least a few seconds to hear the heartbeat because it's down to 24 meters with monitor and abuse. So A plus, he won't be garbage, but this puts him down a lot tweak. So quick thing, we don't see that many slingers anyway, but when you do, they really feel bad. So maybe it won't be great for him in the game itself, but we'll see how it plays out in the long run. And then Plague, little tweaks here and there, which like for example when you infect a object with a generator, wall, window, pallet, you name it, it's up to from 35 to 40 seconds, and it looks like they're increasing the numbers on if you touch a generator, for example, it actually is amplified. So nice. And then the Val Purge as well. The second part here. Next we turn to Val Purge. The play takes a massive hit to your movement speed when she's on cooldown. So yeah, so if you guys played if you played Plague, you know that pain whenever you cancel it by accident, or when you cancel it, or when you double tap it, or you just let go and you have that massive slowdown and it feels terrible. And distance is this distance will happen. That has been completely changed from 2.3 meters to 3.6. So that's really good. That's a super nice quality of life for her. We need to see how it plays out though. Some people may think it's a bit too much, but I think it's a little nice. It will have that feel good nature now. But maybe it's too strong. We don't know right now. We'll have to find out because again, there's a lot of things happening. But yeah, still pretty nice. And oh, this too, right after that. So now typing the button or letting go before a minimum threshold. So basically, that thing I just said literally a few seconds ago, where you would cancel by accident or let go too early, that won't happen anymore. It'll have a wind up. I guess yeah, a wind up threshold. Excuse me. And right here it even says it, just like the Huntress hatchet. Once you hold it at a certain amount, it'll just keep climbing, and you let go. So that takes care of the canceling problem or the early canceling. So that's just another feel good. And then lastly, it's a cleansing time. The fountain cleanse takes from 6 to 8 seconds. So yeah, that's amazing. All little things that can do very big things in the end, especially that 2.3 to 3.6 speed. So I'm pretty happy to see how play will feel. Only thing is, I hope they add in or they mention that, oh, by the way, if you get pallet stunned, you don't lose your vomit anymore. So I will find out, but really nice. And then like the right here, prayer tablet fragment. While person no longer affects survivors. So interesting. Increases object duration by 40 seconds. Increases infection by 40%, 100%, and increased devious blood points. So this makes you go from a vomiting killer to a tactical throw on generators, keep pressure on gens, and maybe go through it like that. And you basically punish them for doing the gen because now it goes from 40 to 80 seconds, which is an entire solo gen progression. That's kind of nutty. So it'll essentially just change your playstyle. So that's really cool, really fun. The second one, Olibanum Incense. Survivors who cleanse the fountains have the auras rebirth for 4 seconds. Not too great, but it's something that's fine. When the server cleanse, we already see that fountain light up, so you know where they're at generally. It just helps you figure out where they're going. So, if you want that extra information, not the greatest, but it's something nice. Survivor item add-ons update. Essentially, they're doing exactly the same thing as the killer side. Instead of adding us just the percent and numbers for killers, they're doing it for survivors. So add-ons on them will also be changed accordingly. Very nice. Perk updates. Windows of opportunity will have no cooldown. And a buff to the range. Nice. Pretty handy when in solo queue, in my opinion. Repress Alliance. From the, I believe, what is it, 90 seconds, 80 seconds, down to 45 seconds at max. From 55, 50, 45. So pretty cool. I've only seen this perk once. Honestly, like once. Both console and mobile, like once each. So we might see it play a little bit more now if people keep playing against Pop Goes the Weasel, for example. Maybe. But always nice. Built to last got essentially changed. So you basically have to hide it in a locker now from 14 to 12 seconds, 12 at max, and your depleted item will completely go back up to 99% of its charges. And each time that you use it sequentially, it'll go down by 30%. So you basically get 3 uses out of it. You get the 99, 66, 33, and you're done. So this is insane to me. I don't know how I really feel, like if it's too good, but I guess you could say it's a direction to see, like, oh, we could change up the meta finally. But I don't think that'll happen as long as we still have Dead Hard with iframes. But or the standard top 10 perks, if you will. So I guess we'll see how this plays out in the next few months, because that's kind of crazy, guys. Imagine getting a purple medkit almost 100%, more than once, or even a commodious toolbox. So yeah, that can be crazy. We'll have to see what happens. Any means necessary. You have an aura now to know where drop pallets are at. I guess a good quality of life. You don't see this too much except for meme builds, so hey, we taking buffs anyway. No Mither. I actually got a grunt increase, which was suggested by a lot of people and streamers. A lot of community, honestly. From 25 to 75%. Amazing. Additionally, it has a buff to the recovery. So basically a little bit of a unbreakable. Cool. No Mither works. A hard mode. Yeah, it's just saying how people like playing it. Which No Mither has been pretty interesting. You don't see it though. Very rarely. But hey, a buff is a buff and you can't really argue against that. Mindbreaker, Demos perk. Will also not put blindness. Kinda cool. But the thing that still irks me is that it's not long. I believe it's still 3 seconds, 5 seconds at max. So until they add more of a second or two, like at least 7 seconds in my opinion. 7 seconds sounds like a perfect number for the exhaustion and blindness. Um, I don't know how much you'll see this perk still. This basically makes you feel like, oh, I could use that, but then you realize 5 seconds, and I don't know. That's just me. But always above it is a buff, and then the big one of the patch that has everybody either mad or happy. The hatch and keys, by extension, have been very contentious topics, leading to some heated debates. We have change incoming. That we have some changes incoming to make them a little fairer. First, the hatch will no longer spawn if there is more than one survivor in the trial. This means you will never have to worry about the last three survivors vanishing when there's still one generator left. Amazing. I feel like this was warranted because of the DCs, the people hiding for key, waiting for somebody to die. It was essentially abused for the 4 years. So, or I guess 3 years because it was changed before. But yeah, amazing. Now, when you see a lobby of 4 or 3 keys, you don't have to fear anything because it will only spawn with one survivor left in the game. Nice. Additionally, the hatch will now take a few seconds to open with the key once it is closed. Progression does not reset. I think that's fine. Again, the hatch will only spawn with one survivor. If the person finds the key or has the key and they get to it, the bar doesn't reset, but they're the last survivor. So it is amazing. I love this. Again, like I said, I've always disliked how the keys essentially cheated the game out. So they didn't even nerf the keys. We still keep to use our keys, but they changed the hatch, and that is downright amazing. Boon totems, as promised on the anniversary broadcast, they're basically announcing how the boon totems will work now. Um, the survivor can choose a dual totem and activate it, and the killer can break them. But that's one thing that's a little irking. Now the killer has another thing to worry about. So now we have generators, survivors. Well, they did nerf hatch, so I take that back. We'll see how this plays out. We will need to see what they really do, whether it's like a stupid steroid of like speed increase or repair increase or heal increase, etc. So that's what it looks like, by the way, guys. It's a blue fire. Basically, there's another side objective for the killers to break these totems because they will benefit the survivors with buffs. So, and with that, it's the end of the developer. So yeah, that's it. So boon totems will be announced. So interesting. Have to see what exactly it is. But this beautiful chef's kiss change, I love this. This is amazing. Um, and I am a killer main. I do play Survivor. I'm not gonna say I'm amazing at Survivor, but even when I played both sides, it still just feels like I cheesed it out. Even when I play killer, I feel like I'm being punished for doing my job as a killer. But this is amazing. I love this. Let me know how y'all feel with it. What do you think about the boon totems? I want to see what they do. I don't want to see some crazy over the top stuff, but we don't know what they're doing. But so far, they've blessed us with a lot of stupid, amazing things, buffs and works, and you name it. So we need to see what's gonna happen. Who else was gonna get some love? And yeah, let me know what you guys think. Uh, they were doing sneak peeks. Quick bonus round. Videotape. They're showing off some perks, and this is one of the few ones. It's a pig perk. It is the videotape pig perk, pig add-on from yellow to red. A recording of Jigsaw explaining the game's rules to Amanda, reminiscing about her self hardens her determination. So all survivors begin with reverse bear traps. Holy crap! I love it. My only question is, do we have our 4 starting traps, or do we have 0 traps? But could you imagine that you start the match, everybody has a trap. Now people are wasting time finding the key. So this is pretty damn cool. I like it. Vanity Mirror from Muko Myers. Even within 2 reveals auras. So Interesting. Within a 60-meter range, you cannot go past tier 2, and bonus points on deviousness. So yeah, it's nice. It's just a nice quality fix, so that's pretty damn cool. I think people are gonna like it on them, but we need to see what the other ones are because remember, Michael Myers already has probably some of the best, if not broken, add-ons in the entire game. So I'm curious what they're thinking of doing with the other ones. But this is a nice little facelift, and then the interlocking razor from green to brown. Failing a jigsaw box will skill check. Oh, skill check. Oh, while injured, will inflict deep wound. So, I like it, but they do have to be injured. It would have, yeah. Oh, it's fine. It's very niche, but to be quite honest, this one is really outshadowing it right now. So, I think it's interesting. Having an extra slowdown, basically hitting them with the deep wound if they miss a skill check, isn't terrible. But all it'll do is when somebody realizes it, they're gonna heal each other fairly quick. I guess you can see it's wasting time as a heal. Um, Maybe. So not too bad. Interesting. Interesting. And then there's actually a few more. Really reworked from adding a jigsaw box to increasing a reverse bear trap by 1, so you can carry 5. And when a survivor with a reverse trap is working on a generator, the gen is revealed to you. Pretty cool. I'm kind of happy they're toying with her, so it looks like they're gonna give her some good stuff. But I actually like this. The extra box was just to waste these survivors' time. This gives you an extra bear trap and tells you exactly where to go if they leave it on. Pretty badass. Good information. Extra trap is always nice. Pretty good. I like it. Torn bookmark. Completely changed. Adds 1 blink charge. Increases blink recharge by 50% for the nurse. Ooh. I think people are going to hate this. I like it. Although I'm a terrible nurse personally. I have to play her for like a week to get used to her. Um, this is insane. This is surprisingly. This is basically a buff. If the nurse is even solid, that blink charge doesn't really matter. But it's 50% more, so that could be a big difference if you whiff, and you will be punished. I don't know, but a very questionable one, but for a lot of people. But I think it's neat. And the workshop grease is basically increased ambush by 50%, decreased ambush miss by 25. This is basically the videotape to the workshop grease. So good. I like it. That means they're keeping that add-on because this is one of her one of the few feel good add-ons besides her combat straps. I'm curious on what they're gonna do with all the other ones. So nice, nice, or painful depending on which receiving end you're in, and badass. I like this. The extra trap. I wonder what they're gonna do with maybe factoring out the RNG for pig, but we will see. Tomorrow will be the day. I know we got a lot more to look through. I wish it was on mobile too, but sadly it's only on PTV, so we're gonna have to see what's up on the on the download tomorrow. Oh well. Enjoy y'all's time. Let me know what you guys think. These add-ons are kind of damn cool. We're getting so much happening. Hopefully you guys can enjoy watching your favorite streamer. I don't have the PTV sadly. I have no computer, so enjoy y'all stream. Let me know what you guys think of these 6 here, or even on the main video with the boon, with the buff to plague, or the nerf to Deathslinger. What are y'all's opinions? But with that, take care, and I'll see y'all next time.